All right, folks. This is the big one. I am so excited about this one. It's been rumored for forever now. I mean, we've been seeing little bits of information coming out about this set, but it is finally unveiled. This is the Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr. If I'm saying that right, I hope I am. All I know it as is the big Sauron Tower from Lord of the Rings, and man, I'm excited about this. I really am. I know I won't ever have enough money to buy this thing. I hope someday I do, but I mean, first impressions here right off the bat. I mean, I'm getting so distracted. I'm so excited I got so distracted. $459.99. That's the price, okay? With 5,471 pieces. All right, now let's move on. First impressions here are fantastic. I mean, I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw this thing pop up in my feed and I was kind of blown away. It looks so much better than I thought it would. I mean, to me, this whole thing looks like a model that I would see at a Lego convention that has, 10,000 pieces, and it only has half that amount, which is crazy that they accomplished something like this. I think the biggest surprise here, for me personally, is how big they made the base of this. I kind of expected them to go the same route as the previous Dark Tower set that they made from Lord of the Rings, where it was more slim and just tall, but they really extended the base here, and there's a lot going on. The mountain's kind of cutting through the top, which looks awesome. You've got bits of lava towards the bottom. The eye looks awesome up there. I mean, it's really cool. Let's look at some more pictures here. Here's the box art, which I think looks good. Man, this thing, it's just, I mean, it looks impressive. Obviously, right there we see batteries included, and it'll likely be, I'm assuming, a light brick up there. That would make the most sense to me. And it is the dollhouse style, which I'm somewhat disappointed in, but I'm actually okay with. If they were to have made this enclosed, it would have been really expensive. On the first floor there, we have sort of a dungeon thing going on with that cage with the skeleton. We have like kind of an armory with a blacksmith, which is really cool. Up here we have like a troll or an orc cafeteria, which is kind of funny. Here is the throne room right here, and then these next two levels I think are just kind of miscellaneous. There's miscellaneous stuff going on there, and then at the very top obviously is the eye, and yes, you can see a light brick there at the top, so that makes sense to me. Okay, cool. Here's a better look at that first floor. Awesome. It looks like right here we have kind of, there's a fish in there. I'm assuming that this is kind of a little hideout for Gollum, which I kind of like. From what I can tell, this is a knob and it connects right here. I'm assuming that probably opens the doors because I can see those bars reaching out right there. And then this wheel right here obviously rolls up and down that cage so you can raise and lower it. Not by much. Obviously, there's not that much space to raise and lower it, but this is a really, really decently sized level. It kind of reminds me of the Disney Castle, how much is going on here in terms of the interior. Here's the second floor with that cafeteria style of interior. They've got a keg right here. They've got a table with a bunch of different foods and meats, and it looks like they have a pot right here for making stew maybe, and some little bits of food back there. So that's kind of interesting. Next floor we have the throne room, of course, and it looks like there's just a throne here and some banners right there, and you can tell that those are stickers, unfortunately, but that is kind of what I expected. And then here's the top two floors. It's hard to kind of get a look of what's going on there. We have some sort of manuscript there. I'm assuming that's something that's important from the actual movie, and I can hardly tell what's going on that floor, but it looks good. It does look good. Obviously not a whole lot of standing space for figures on these top two floors, but the other floors have quite a bit of room on them. Here's a closer look at the sort of top portion of the tower. Lots of little details here with the spikes, little weapons going up. I mean, they did a really good job at like texturing this thing as it's going up. And I love the build of the eye too. I can't believe they accomplished that look with this. And notice as well that they made the rocks on the top kind of a brown color to make it look like this eye is actually glowing. That's a really, really cool effect. I think they did a really good job with that. And here's a closer look at the bottom level, and these are the doors that would open up via that function. Lots of little tiny pieces for the lava and such. So there'll definitely be a fair share of small pieces throughout this thing. And here's a better look at the minifigures. Obviously, we have Gollum right there. Looks like a different mold for Gollum, maybe. Kind of maybe similar to the previous one. His face print is definitely different than the one that they did back in the day. We get Frodo and Sam, of course. I'm not sure if this is a named orc or not. This right here is the mouth of Sauron the Messenger, and then we have Sauron himself, who is obviously the figure that everyone is excited about, and I have a feeling that this figure is gonna just be pricey on third-party markets. He's gonna be a really sought-after figure, and some more orcs, I'm assuming probably unnamed as well. And here's a look at the back of the box. I mean, it doesn't give us too much here. We can see, obviously, it's a modular style of building, and that's kind of interesting. So the throne, it looks like opens up, and there's something hidden behind it. I hope we get a closer look at that. And there's also a little side build for Frodo and Sam kind of just wandering about, which is kind of cool. I like that. Now, this picture is kind of interesting to me because it definitely looks smushed somewhat. I feel like this is not the most accurate picture. I mean, this guy just looks like he's been compressed as well as the tower, so I'm not sure if this is actually how it would look in person. This maybe is compressed as well. It still looks good, though. I don't know what's up with kind of the tint on this thing. It looks very green. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Here's a closer look at that function right there with the skeleton and the cage that can raise and lower. It looks like there's some little hidden portions as well. You can take this out, and there's a spider right there. Take this out, and that might be like a blueprint for the One Ring, which is kind of a cool little Easter egg. Here's what it looks like, populated by figures as well, so you can get more a sense of what this thing actually... there we go. Closer look at this right here. I'm not entirely sure what that is supposed to represent. I should definitely know, but that's really cool. So you pull this out, and then this opens up. That's a nice little feature. I appreciate that. I think that's all the pictures we have. We, of course, have our 360 view to take a look at. I mean, it just looks massive. Obviously, it would look so much better if it were continuing and it were, a full tower, fully circular and not cut off halfway, but then it would be upwards of $800 or so. So I think for what we get here, it's really fantastic. In terms of value, $460, 5,471 pieces. I think that's fair. I'm okay with that. Obviously, a lot of those pieces are going to be really small, and you can see that towards the base. But I'm okay with that. I think that they probably wanted to make this $500, and I'm glad that they cut it by $40 and placed it at the $460 mark. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get my hands on this thing, but I can dream. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this thing. Do you plan to get it? Do you like it? Why? If you liked my little analysis here, be sure to leave a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe, all that sort of stuff. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.